The following segment is sponsored by Smith Injury Law and 300hurt.com.
Over the course of our conversations with attorney Richard Smith, we've learned a lot about what to do if injured on the job. Today, we focus on the question, if you are hurt at work, can you choose your doctor? Richard Smith is here with us this morning. Hi.
Good morning, Margaret.
If your workers' compensation case is admitted, who chooses your doctor?
If it's an accepted claim, the workers' comp carrier gets to pick your doctor. And a lot of people make this mistake because they feel like that they want to pick their own doctor. And you really can't do that because the workers' comp system requires you to cooperate with the doctor selected by the workers' comp carrier. And if you don't do so, then anything your doctor says will not be basically accepted by either the carrier or by the commission. So it's very important, if you have accepted claim, to cooperate with the medical providers provided to you by your workers' comp carrier.
Okay, so what about this scenario? If an employee's workers' compensation case is denied and then they go to their own doctor?
Right. If it's a denied case, then we can help you get to a doctor, and we can argue that the treatment was reasonable and necessary and related to your claim, so that if we're unable to settle your case, we maybe can get the doctor's treatment paid for by the workers' comp carrier if you have to go to a hearing and try your case. There's also things we can do. If you have a bad doctor from the employer who doesn't want to treat you properly, doesn't want to provide the necessary treatment, we have ways of trying to get that changed using the process. You just can't go on your own and say, I don't like this doctor, I'm going to my doctor, because then you have a real problem with the workers' compensation system accepting that doctor's recommendations, no matter how good or how qualified your doctor is.
Okay, then what about a second opinion? If somebody is not satisfied with the doctor chosen by their employer or insurance company, what can they do?
Well, it's very important that you basically retain a qualified workers' compensation attorney like ourselves, because if you ask for a second opinion, they will give you one, but they get to pick the second opinion doctor if you don't know who you want the opinion from. And oftentimes they will just send you to somebody who's going to say the same thing as the first doctor. So there are mechanisms that are a little bit different, but both South Carolina and North Carolina, there is a mechanism to getting a second opinion, but you really need to go through your attorney to make sure you get the right second opinion from an unbiased doctor who's going to really give you the proper evaluation. We have basically dealt with all the doctors in the area that handle workers' compensation cases: orthopedists, neurosurgeons, neurologists. So if you just pick one you think may be the right doctor based upon your review on the line or something, you might find out differently. So it's very important that you deal with somebody who's a local attorney who understands who the actual doctors are that are the right ones to get the opinions from.
All right, good to know. On top of workers' compensation, Smith Injury Law practices in areas like personal injury, car and truck collisions, Social Security disability claims. Tell us a little bit about your background and what drew you to become an attorney.
Well, I've been practicing law for over 30 years now in South Carolina, and close to that in North Carolina as well. My father was a police officer. I grew up middle class. I went to college like everybody in my day. We had to borrow money to go to college. When I was in law school, my dad had to loan me money because I couldn't go to take a job when I was in my first year of law school. They were allowed to work the second and third year. So I basically understand the working class mentality. I've always been a working class person myself, and it's important to know that because we work for people who were injured on the job or in a car accident or who need disability benefits. We do that because I know what that's like to have a paycheck every day. I'm not somebody who was born with money, who has a silver spoon in their mouth and that kind of thing. We work the hard way, and we want to take care of those people that make the country work, which is the working class people that get out there and get their hands dirty every day for a living.
And at Smith Injury Law, every case is handled personally by you or your partner, Scott Becky, not how the big firms do it. And they can get that personal contact. They're in touch with you by calling 300hurt or visiting 300hurt.com. Richard Smith, Smith Injury Law, always a pleasure to talk to you.
Same here, Margaret. Have a nice day.